Hello, I am Mr. Barty, and I'm here to talk to you about Key Stage 3 Science. So sit back and relax and have a nice cup of tea. So, like I said before, my name is Mr. Barty. I am the Key Stage 3 Science Coordinator, and I'm also the Duke of Edinburgh Coordinator. Three things about me. I am very passionate about Key Stage 3 Science and making sure that all students are enjoying science and really loving their learning journey. I'm very transparent about what's happening in Key Stage 3 Science with parents and with students, so that everyone's aware and everyone has a clear picture of where they are. And finally, I really value any feedback I receive from both students, from teachers, and also from parents. If you ever need to contact me, then my email is over there. We are very fortunate to have a wealth of experience in our Key Stage 3 Science Department, and these members of staff come from various different backgrounds. Every member of staff is highly experienced, caring, and supportive. They will ensure your child truly enjoys science, develops a love of learning, and will make sure your child's needs are met. If you ever have any questions, you are more than welcome to get in contact with your own child's class teacher, or you can contact me in the email that I showed earlier. So in terms of equipment, we require students to make sure they bring in their exercise book, a device, their pen, pencil, ruler, and eraser. This is the minimum expectation, although some year 7 and 8 students are amazing and bring the most wonderful stationery, such as highlighters that are scented, unbelievable. But yeah, so most times year 7s are doing a great job, but we just need to make sure we are always bringing those things. And when I say device, it must be a charged device. So they need to make sure it's fully charged before they come into the school. In terms of expectations, we follow the WSO way. So students should be ready, respectful, and safe. We should also expect students to complete their homework on time and meet deadlines. They should try and revise regularly. So this should be maybe once to 3 times a week. And that could be just something like reading through their notes, writing the notes up again, completing their educate, and reflecting on their assessed tasks. And then that's the last part there. Reflect and improve. They should be reflecting on where they're going wrong and how to improve. These are year 7 and 8 students, so we should hold them up against with high expectations. At the same time, they are just year 7 and 8 students, so they do make mistakes. And the main thing is, as long as they realize how to improve from their mistakes, that's the most important thing. And we as teachers are there to support that process. So here's the curriculum overview for Key Stage 3 Science. So we follow the Key Stage 3 National Curriculum for England, and we also follow the AQA Key Stage 3 specification, which is actually attached to the Key Stage 3 National Curriculum for England. As you can see on the right-hand side, and please feel free to pause this to have a look, you can see the Year 7 and Year 8 curriculum overviews for the academic year 2024-2025. In Term 1, for example, Year 7 will be doing or have done working scientifically, matter, organisms, and energy. And then as you can see just below that in the assessments portion, there's an assessment that's going to be on the 9th of October 2024. Students have been notified of this via Teams, the revision team. And this is actually before the half term. So we've actually followed the feedback from parents who have told us not to carry assessments out just after half term or just after end of term, and instead do them before these holidays. Alternatively, if we do carry the assessments out after a half term, end of term, they are done 1 week after. So they have 1 week respite, recovery, rejuvenation, and recalibration before they go into their assessment. And also they get 1 week of revision, which is really useful. So again, have a pause, have a look through that. If you have any questions, message me. Home learning, we are continuing with what we were doing last year, which is educate quizzes. Parents and students found these useful, and teachers. So these are 20 marks, so therefore they should take no longer than 20 to 30 minutes. And we set these once a week, so every 3 lessons, because it's 3 lessons in a week. And the deadline would be then for that homework to be due in the week after. This is marked automatically, and then the teachers get a report of where the students' strengths and improvements lie. So in terms of setting, there are 2 bands in each year group. So year 7 has AF and GL, and the same thing goes for year 8. The sets are fluid, so this means they can change throughout the academic year, depending on how your child does in their assessments, and also the teacher's professional opinion, and also what we think and what your child thinks and what you think is best for your child's learning in Key Stage 3 science. The main priority, I believe, is two main things. Number one, is your child happy and learning in science? And number two, we need to make sure we do not disrupt these very vital and important student-teacher relationships. So the way the setting works is technically there are three sets only. So sets 1 and 2 are the advanced sets. And this is these sets are very high in class number, so roughly 28 students, no more. The pace is much faster. There is less support from the teacher. Students are expected to work very independently. There is group work and collaborative work, and also students are expected to complete all the challenge work. So it's a very challenging place to be. Sets 3, 4, and 5 are the mixed ability sets. So technically these are all set 2. So the mixed ability sets, the class sizes are down to roughly 21 to 23 students. Okay, the pace is adjusted to the student's pace so that the students can feel more comfortable and keep up with what's happening in the lesson. And there is therefore more support from the teacher because there is fewer numbers in the class. However, students are still expected to complete the challenge tasks, so they'll be pushed to do that. In the support set, the class sizes are very small, comparatively speaking, so you're looking at around class sizes of maybe 9 to 11 students max. Each student can work at their own pace, and there is one-to-one intervention from the teacher wherever necessary. So there's plenty of support given to the students in the support set. That is not to say that students are not able to access any of the challenge work. Students still get the challenge work, and the content that's being taught is the same. We use the same lessons across all three. It's just how we teach it and the differentiation that we apply to these lessons changes slightly. Okay, welcome to the final slide. So how to support at home. So I strongly suggest students should be doing regular revision. So this should be done twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, and it's just a quick recap of what they've done in the lesson. They can just look through their notes, they can look on Teams and look through the PowerPoint, and they can also use the revision team that all students should be added on. If your child is not on the Year 7 or Year 8 revision team, then please message me the email from below from previously. And also I want you to have meaningful conversations with your child about how they are feeling in science, if they're feeling overwhelmed, if they're happy in lessons, if they're having fun, what they like, what we can improve on. Okay, just on the right hand side where it says Year 8 Science Assessment Revision, that's a snippet of what the Year 8 revision team homepage looks like. So whenever there's an assessment coming up, they have a nice countdown timer. So in this case, the Year 8 assessment is in 23 days. And it also has all the files and revision materials available for them on the left-hand side of that image there, where it says October assessment. And that includes things like checklists, links for revision, cutouts from the exercise book, like revision notes, and also the most important thing is past paper questions and the mark scheme along with that. And finally, just at the very bottom, there are the links that you can use to support at home. On the left-hand side, the last 3 bullet points, the CGP revision books, I highly recommend purchasing those. They are amazing. So that is the revision book, the question book, which has all past paper questions and answers, and also revision cards, which are really good for quick keyword kind of catch up. On the right-hand side are links for the students, such as Educate, Bite Size, Seneca, and some YouTube links there as well. These links, what I do for the revision team is I actually find the exact video or the exact bite size page that students are supposed to be revising from, and I send that onto the revision team. So if you click into the link section of that revision team, you'll see that. These links below are also available on the revision team as well. So if you ever need them, you can find them there as well as on this video. Okay, thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please message me. If you have any feedback or suggestions, please message me. Have a lovely evening. Enjoy the rest of your cup of tea, and hopefully we get to meet soon. Thank you. Goodbye.